What's going on, everybody? Ashton Cowan back here today, and today we are going over some of the reasons that the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football season went terrible. I'm gonna list a couple of reasons why, and then we're gonna go into some detail about those reasons. I have our scores from the season pulled up here. Alright, let's get into it. Well, first of all, before we start, I know Notre Dame had a terrible season. Absolutely terrible. 4-8. I'll say it now. We went 4-8. We were young. Our defense was not clutch. And that's actually the first reason why. All of our games except the last game that we lost was by 8 points or less. And the reason that is, our defense could not make plays when they needed to, and our offense struggled in the fourth quarter. We need to be clutch. Alright, so let's go over a couple of these games. We're going to go over every game real quick. Texas, we lost 50-47. That game went into like double overtime, I think. And then we took our field goal, and then they got a touchdown. We had trouble stopping their run all game long. I was thinking, alright, our defense just didn't do well. It's just one game. Then the next week, we blew out Nevada 39-10. Alright, so then I was feeling confident. I was like, alright, my Irish are back. My Irish are back. Then we turn around and lose to Michigan State 36-28. Michigan State wasn't even that good this year. They weren't good either. Then the game I went to, we lost 38-35 to Duke. I was at that game, and I was mad on the way home. I was like, oh, how come we weren't clutch? How come we couldn't do any of that? I'm still upset. My first ever Notre Dame game. The team that I love the most. I love them more than the Steelers. I love them more than the Cavs. I love them more than the Indians. I love my Fighting Irish. And the first time I went to a game, we lost to Duke. 38-35. I was feeling really bad. Then we were 1-3. I felt bad. Alright. Then we turn around, beat Syracuse 50-33 at New York. I was happy because it was a win, but still, giving up 33 points to Syracuse, that's unacceptable. That's just our defense. Then we lost 10-3 against NC State, the hurricane game. We played in the middle of a hurricane. Sloppy play, sloppy. Both offenses drove down the field once to get field goals. NC State got a touchdown off a blocked punt. A blocked frickin' punt won them the game. Hey, a blocked field goal won Penn State the game over Ohio State. Special teams made the play, both for those games. Alright. Stanford, we lost 17-10. I don't know why, but Notre Dame has troubles with Stanford. We have the last few years. We just have troubles with them. I wasn't really able to watch this game or see anything about the game, so I don't really know. I was just like, oh, it's another loss. This is a bad season. People were telling me at school all the time about Notre Dame's losses, so I was like, it's just a bad season. Just a bad season. Alright. Then we got a nice win compared to what we were doing. We beat Miami of Florida 30-27. Which we had a pretty good lead, and then we let Miami come back in the fourth quarter. See, there's that fourth quarter play that I was saying. And then we ended up winning. Navy, we lost 28-27. I was upset, just to say the least. We lost to Navy. We have not lost to them in like 8, 9, 10 years. Oh, and by the way, Notre Dame has the longest streak against any opponent ever. We beat Navy 105 times in a row. That streak ended in like 2005. So yeah, it's been like 9, 10, 11 years actually since Navy has beat us. I think. Pretty sure, I don't know. But then our Shamrock Series game against Army down in San Antonio. That's the first time Notre Dame and Army have met. Has met more west than Indiana. First time. And we blew them out 44-6. I don't know what clicked that game. I know it's Army, but still. I don't know if it's just it was the Shamrock Series and we're still undefeated in it. We're like 7-0, 8-0 in the Shamrock Series. I'm hoping it stays that way for a while. But yeah, I don't know what clicked into us, but we just lost all hope after this game. I don't know why. Because the next week, turn around. We have get this. We have to win our last 2 games to make a bowl game. That would put us at 6-6. Then we lose to Virginia Tech at home. We had the home field advantage, and we needed to win this game. But what do? We choke it away in 4th quarter. I was upset. That's what I knew. Worst season I've ever seen by Notre Dame. Alright. Now, last game against the USC Trojans, our most hated rivals. I could not stand this game. I literally turned it on about 7.5 left in the 2nd quarter. Turned it off about 4.5 left in the quarter. I was mad. Kaiser did terrible from what I seen. And we ended up losing 45-27. Yeah. Not a way you want to end the season. So there's how our season went. Then yeah, another reason I was sort of saying it in between when I was going over that. The number 2 reason why we didn't have a successful season, Deshaun Kaiser in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter. Basically 2nd and 4th quarter to end the half and to end the game. 3rd quarter, he did alright most games. But the 2nd and 4th quarter, he just wouldn't be able to do anything, basically, most of the time. I'm sort of upset about that. And he was declared for the NFL draft as a junior. I think, personally, that he should have stayed 1 more year and tried to redeem himself and impress NFL scouts 1 more year. He's a very mobile, very good quarterback at a college level. As a pro, I have the highest hopes for him. But realistically, I don't think he's gonna do good. Like, there's been rumors about him going number 1 to the Browns. I honestly don't think that's gonna happen. I think Browns are gonna take Deshaun Watson, ruin his career, which I am so sad about that. Deshaun Watson is a very good quarterback. I feel like for a bunch of teams, he could work well. What I'm actually hoping for Deshaun Kaiser is that he goes to the Steelers. Big Ben can teach him a lot of stuff about how to extend plays well, how to throw the deep ball, how each receiver on the team likes it. That way when Ben's time is up, Kaiser can come in, do all that, and Kaiser will be very mobile. Think, we could run some read option, especially if we still have Bell. That'd be a good play to run with Bell and Kaiser. Yeah. But yeah, back to the topic. Kaiser was not clutch in the 2nd and 4th quarters. That was the main reason I turned it off against USC. And third reason, there's going to be 4 reasons. This is the third. Our guys were so young. Some teams can adjust well to being young, like Ohio State. They made the playoffs, got crushed by Clemson, who were now national champs. Congrats to you, Clemson. But yeah, they got crushed, but they adjusted well in the most part of the season. They only had 2 losses all season. That one to Penn State that I brought up earlier, I think, and the other one was to Clemson. That game against Michigan was a classic, one of the best games I've ever seen. Curtis Samuel ran it in double overtime. That was just like how the Notre Dame Texas game went. Michigan had ball first in the second overtime, got a field goal, then Ohio State went and scored a touchdown. So Notre Dame was just too inexperienced. 4th reason, I believe that we had a major lack of confidence and chemistry. If we had more confidence, who knows, maybe we could have been clutch if we had more confidence. Confidence is key. Something else that is key, chemistry. Maybe if those guys hung out a little more before as much as they could before the season, and then during the season, they might have been able to build up some chemistry, and then who knows what could have happened, man. It upsets me that Notre Dame has a losing season. I have to make this video, but I'm going to be realistic. One bad season. I hope it don't happen next year, but it's rebuilding time. And Brian Kelly, our head coach, is thinking about leaving. I think his purpose is to stay, but he's exploring other job opportunities to see if he can get paid more as still being a head coach. Alright, so yeah guys, that's about gonna do it for this video, and I will see you all next time.